What is going on, traders? Welcome back to the Traveling Trader. Happy Tuesday to you. Hope you all are having a good day. If you like this video or get anything out of it, please go ahead and leave it a thumbs up. It goes a long way. And let me know your thoughts down below regarding where you think the market is going. Let us jump right into it. Looking at coin market cap. Market cap is currently at 309 billion. And we see a few bounce backs over the last week. Actually, things have been looking pretty positive, especially if we're looking in the top 20, top 25 coins. Obviously, Bitcoin up almost 23% in the last week. Saw a little bit of a dip. We'll go over Bitcoin in a second. The major players really, the major gainers, I should say, Monero up 18% in the last week, and then Tezos obviously up 40% almost in the last week. Now, here's the funny thing with Tezos. Tezos got listed on Coinbase, as you see here, as well as on eToro, which is a trading site that is run out of Europe, I believe, that allows Europeans to buy cryptocurrency as well as some US stocks. But it's funny because Tezos, there was an announcement that they were going to be listed on more exchanges. And there's a sentiment that Coinbase listings don't really mean much anymore because we've seen coins get listed. Even XRP, when it was listed on Coinbase, I cannot believe that, you know, it acted like a stable coin, really. So when Tezos was already up, you know, a good 30% over the last week or so, nobody expected it to gain another 12% over the last 24 hours. So Binance still hasn't added it, which is a deal breaker for a lot of traders. Let us take a look at Bitcoin now. So Bitcoin, interestingly enough, and these levels, I keep telling you guys, support and resistance levels, moving averages, etc. This isn't magic. There's a reason that they exist. There's a reason that the market respects them. And it really all has to do with a trader psychology. The reason they exist is because it shows you where the mass of traders are comfortable buying and selling these assets, right? So there's a clear resistance line here at around 11.8, which is the same resistance that we need to get above on the weekly. So if you look at the weekly, there's this resistance line that we've been drawing forever, but it's basically this line right here that goes all the way back to November 2017, actually. So this is the same resistance that we are now seeing on the daily. And this resistance can now be considered to be in confluence, right? Because it's showing the same levels on multiple time frames. So you have more than one confirmation that that is a resistance that is actualized. So looking at this, we were able to pop above. We actually hit 12,300 yesterday before coming back down, and now we are threatening to close at resistance. The day is still early, so we could see a rally that takes us above, but here's the thing that I pay attention to, and this is what I was talking about in yesterday's video. Volume is something that people don't pay attention to a lot, which is funny enough. In the crypto space, it's even more vital than anything else because volume is the only thing that drives the market. The prices go up when people buy, the prices go down when people sell. There are no fundamentals, there are no earnings reports, there are no et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We've gone over this a lot of times, but so volume is something that you should pay attention to. And what we typically tend to see before major breakouts is a decline in volume, right? There's a decline in volume, and you want to see a stock or a coin consolidate when volume is declining. You don't want to see it, declining along with the volume. The best case scenario is that it consolidates in the sideways channel, in some sort of sideways channel, while the volume is going down, and that way, before a major breakout, you tend to see lulls in volume where people are less interested, and then the minute that some buying action occurs, that creates, the momentum crowd starts jumping on board and the volume starts going up. Well, we saw that with yesterday's candle. If you see yesterday's candle, this green one here, it is taller than the average candles for the last 2 weeks, really. However, the minute that we popped above and hit 12,300, you see this volume, the sell volume is almost equally as tall as the buy volume, meaning people were taking profits quickly. Now for us, I did send out buy alerts at 9,500 and 9,100. Those were dip buying opportunities, right? For swing traders, obviously you want to do something like set a trailing stop so that when we see this pullback, your position enters into profit automatically. If you want access to the trade alerts, link is in the description. I'll go over a few coins that we're looking at currently in the trade alerts. But yeah, this volume here is something I don't like to see, this counter volume here compared to the buying volume that we saw yesterday. Now, here's the thing with volume to take into account, and that's why an indicator like the OBV is so important, because we were just looking at these two candles here, right? Like one counteracts the other. However, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of green volume. So if we're looking at things in a larger context, this red volume here is really not that bad, right? What I want to see is the selling pressure stop and the OBV, this cumulative measure of volume inflows and outflows. I want to see this continue to rise, meaning what this means here, this is a cumulative measure of volume. So it's taking into account all of the volume inflows and outflows over a certain time range. Now, because Bitcoin in the short term is respecting all of the patterns, whether they're bullish or bearish, it has broken out in the direction that you expect it to break out, albeit not to great extent. So for instance, this bull flag here only broke out to the upside a couple of candles before falling back down. The bear flag only broke out to the downside with a few candles before forming the Adam and Eve pattern, and the Adam and Eve pattern broke out of resistance, which is this rectangle here, and we are now finding the resistance that we spoke about earlier. So in my view, I believe that Bitcoin in the short term will go back to retest the 12,600 and potentially the 13,000 level in the short term. However, I do believe that a retest of the 21 EMA, the 21 weekly EMA is imminent. Let me just erase these, and you'll see this white line here. This is the 21 weekly EMA. And if we go another week, and I've said this before, without retesting the 21 EMA, it will tie for the longest period without retesting this moving average here. Everything has to regress to the mean eventually, right? Something can't go up linearly forever. So we will come back to retest this eventually, whether it's next week or 4 weeks from now. We're not fortune tellers, but I do know that we will have to retest this. Now, the thing is, as the price tends to climb upwards, this moving average tends to increase in average price. So by the time we come back to retest it, it could be close to $10,000, which would be ideal if we can stick to the 5-digit range psychologically. But in the short term, I do believe that we're going to at least retest 12,600 and potentially 13,000. And I'm going to play those swings accordingly. So sign up again if you want access to the trade alerts. Other coins we're looking at, BCH forming this insane ascending broadening wedge here, playing the support line and now bouncing up and finding support at the 21 EMA, which is this white line again. Pretty safe play here. When things are at major support, you can easily set, tight stop limits in order to protect those trades. And if it does hit that stop limit, you exit out with pretty minimal loss. It's much better than FOMOing into something where you don't know the extent of that rally, right? Looking at XRP. Now, XRP is forming a very interesting pattern here. This is a pennant. However, it has a bearish pole, right? You see this pole here where we have this major downtrend. And this is actually a bearish pattern a bearish continuation pattern that you expect to break out to the downside. And so my buy zone for XRP is the buy zone that's been in place really since last year, which is between 28 cents and 30 cents for XRP. So I'm definitely a buyer in that range for the midterm. And I'll be sending that alert out in the trade alerts or the trade signals. Looking at Link is still in this descending channel. However, it looks like it is bouncing off the 0.618 again, or at least finding support at the 0.618, which is a pivotal fib level, right? So you can, again, this would be a low risk play where you could set a pretty tight stop limit at this range. Looking at Litecoin, I went over this yesterday. Litecoin is in almost the same pattern as XRP, except for this looks more like an ascending triangle than a pennant. And an ascending triangle can be a reversal. Usually it's a continuation pattern, meaning a continuation of the current trend. And because it is bullish, it is a continuation usually of a bullish uptrend. However, we do see this downtrend here with LTC. And so when you see an ascending triangle at the end of a downtrend, it could signify a reversal, but we do definitely have a volume problem here. The OBV looks flat, and we haven't really had much significant volume besides yesterday's candle. But the LTC halving or halvening is over, and you could put that event behind you and continue to trade LTC against normal market forces and not a looming event or an overshadowing event like the halving. That is it for this video. Quick analysis. I will be toying with making separate videos for both the stock market and the crypto market, so look out for that. And let me know in the comments below if you'd rather have separate videos or have one condensed video where we do the crypto first and the traditional markets last. Now that we've amassed a pretty large number of people in our premium trading group. Traders have different desires and different strategies. Some trade the stock market solely, some the crypto market, some both. Some have their portfolio more distributed in the stock market versus the crypto market and vice versa. So I'm trying out different ideas in order to manage that more efficiently. So let me know in the comments below if you'd rather have one video or broken up videos where we do crypto solely in their own videos and stocks alone in their own separate videos as well. Anyway, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, sign up if you want access to the trade alerts. If you need help with technical analysis and would like one-on-one time with me or one-on-one coaching, that same link is also in the description. It's a Centurion level, so just select that and I'll send you a link to my calendar where you can sign up for the days that you want one-on-one sessions with me. Hit that thumbs up if you got anything out of this video. Stay safe out there, traders. Peace.